is the Seahawks and your boy, Sam Darnold. I'm surprised he hasn't come on the show. You guys are so close. I mean, he's having a great year. This is a perfect time for him to do a victory lap. PFF grades Darnold as the highest rated quarterback this season. Somebody at the NFL Network said he's a top 5 quarterback through the first 10 weeks. I think that's undeniable. Darnold has won 21 of his last 27 games going back to Minnesota last year. He's got a tall order against the Rams defense that I'm seeing some people start to poke some holes in. Daniel Jones, remember, carved these guys up and down the field at SoFi with the Colts. And if Adonai Mitchell doesn't drop a ball,
you and I are on opposite sides here. Yeah. I like Seattle in the points. I think Seattle, I don't like the Rams corners, and I think Seattle puts pressure on your corners. And if you can get good pass pro, Darnold's a good deep ball thrower. I also think Darnold moves. Stafford doesn't, so you can play around with a pocket. I think Seattle's a tough matchup for the Rams.
I don't disagree. The big question mark is, why is this not a field goal? Why are we – the Rams are supposedly one of the best teams in the league, and they're not even favored by a field goal at home? Something feels a little fishy to me. So you're probably on the right side. And I would guess on Sunday when the game day money comes in, you know, the big $250,000 bets, they're probably on Seattle. But I'm going to rock with Stafford. And I need to check Devontae Adams. Is he okay? Is he going to go with the back? He got hurt without getting hit.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of a problem. You know, if Puka's available, they're using now 2 and 3 tight end sets. Terrence Ferguson, Davis Allen, Colby Parkinson, Higbee. They have 4 tight ends they like. So that's not a big deal for them. And they've drafted a receiver pretty well. They got lower round guys they like. So I don't think they can score and move the ball. Kyron Williams, they've got a lot of offensive outlets.
All right, let's get one thing straight about this Seattle Seahawks situation, because something smells fishy, and I'm not talking about the Pike Place market. Let's cut through the noise right now. Why in the world are the Seattle Seahawks not favored by at least a field goal in this game? Seriously, what are we doing here? The Rams are supposed to be this great dominant force. Give me a break. What do you think the Seattle Seahawks are right now? I'll tell you what they are. They're a great football team. Let me say that again for the people in the back who are somehow sleeping on this squad. The Seattle Seahawks are a great team right now. And before you come at me with your spreadsheets and betting lines, let me make this perfectly clear. I don't give a damn about the spread. I use it as nothing more than a frame of reference, a temperature check on how the so-called experts view the competitiveness between these two teams. The difference between 2.5 and 3 points means absolutely nothing to me. It goes in one ear and out the other. I can't emphasize this enough. I don't care about any of that gambling nonsense. But let's get real for a second here. What are we actually saying right now? The Seahawks have been playing out of their minds. And can we please, for the love of God, stop with this narrative that Sam Darnold is just a good deep ball passer? Are you kidding me? He's not good, he's elite. He's a phenomenal deep ball passer. Let me put it this way. I'm good at a lot of things, but me and Sam Darnold are not in the same universe when it comes to throwing the deep ball. Sam has been absolutely special this season. He's been playing like a man possessed. And Colin, I know you're a huge Sam Darnold fan and believer. Why can't you just say it with your chest? Why can't you come out and declare that Sam Darnold is bona fide right now? Come on, man. I can't be the only one shouting this from the rooftops. Some analysts are finally catching on and saying Sam Darnold is playing like a top 5 quarterback. And you know what? That's exactly what I said last year. People were like, that's crazy, that's insane. Is it though? Doesn't seem so crazy now, does it? I am absolutely fired up for this game. You're going to learn everything you need to know about this Seahawks team in this matchup. You're also going to learn a ton about Mike Macdonald and how he gets this team ready to play. This game is huge. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I saw some Seahawks fans in my comment section trying to downplay this, saying, no, it's not that big of a game. Are you kidding me? This game is massive. This game is season-defining massive. And you know what really grinds my gears? In my last video, I mentioned that the Seahawks are still figuring out who they are. And some people in the comments were like, no, they already know who they are. No, they don't. That's not how football works. That's not how team identity forms. They believe they know who they are, but there's a massive difference between belief and lived experience. I'm telling you right now, this Seahawks team is young, they're hungry, and they're still discovering their true identity. Think about it. Jackson Smith-Njigba hasn't been there before in this context. Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith-Njigba and the entire offensive unit, they haven't been through these kinds of battles together. This is different. This is unique. This is a new, up-and-coming team finding its way, and that's exactly how championship teams are built. So yes, this game is absolutely massive. I cannot wait for this showdown. This is probably my favorite game of the entire weekend. I know we've got Broncos-Chiefs, we've got Eagles-Lions. Those are all great games, and I'm through the roof excited for them too. But there's something special about this Seahawks-Rams clash. This game has the most potential to give us what I would call the most fascinating, I don't want to say surprising, but the most fascinating outcome of the weekend. Let me break it down. If the Broncos beat the Chiefs, sure, a lot of people would be surprised, but the Broncos have been winning games. And if the Chiefs roll the Broncos, you'd think, well, the Broncos have been winning, but they haven't been playing that great. And it's the Kansas City Chiefs with Andy Reid coming off a bye. The Lions and the Eagles. If the Eagles beat the Lions, you'd say, yeah, the Eagles have been winning. If the Lions beat the Eagles, you'd say, well, the Eagles have been struggling and the Lions have been winning. It's all kind of straightforward in terms of narrative. But this game, this Seahawks-Rams battle, we're seeing two teams that are just ready to war. They're ready to clash. They're ready to leave everything on that field. The intensity, the divisional rivalry, the emerging stars, this has all the makings of an instant classic. And you know what? The only way to truly understand what I'm talking about is to watch the game itself. I'll save my final thoughts for the post-game analysis because I'll definitely be doing a post-game clip breaking down every single aspect of this matchup immediately after the final whistle. So definitely be on the lookout for that because I am so fired up about this game. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think about this Seahawks-Rams showdown? Are the Seahawks being disrespected by the betting lines? Is Sam Darnold truly playing at an elite level right now? Is this the game where the Seahawks truly establish their identity? Who wins this crucial divisional battle and why? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, let's get into some passionate discussions. Let's have some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun talking about this incredible game. And if you're enjoying this kind of unfiltered, passionate football analysis, please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love seeing you become part of it. I want to build something that we all feel genuinely connected to, something we're all excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing exactly that. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the comments.